farm.
There's so much they have learned in just 4 or 5 years of being alive.
This is a cow? This is a sheep. Do you want to feel it? And what is this animal?
They are busy and curious at the age when it is easiest to learn. Looking, they take in with freshness and wonder the details of everything they see. Building, they learn size and shape and how things fit together. Painting, they know that lines describe the shape of things. And somewhere they have learned that people paint their fingernails. Mrs. Steig knows that there's more to the learning process than meets a teacher's eye in the classroom. For parents have the most important influence on a child's ability to learn.
What's the baby's name? She looks just like Dion. Did Dion look like the baby when he was small?
Dressing up, children imitate the grown-ups whom they know. Their parents mostly. Parents are teachers too.
Hello? Saúl? ¿Cómo estás? Bien. Me alegro. ¿Qué estás haciendo? ¿Estás jugando conmigo? ¿A dónde está tu mami?
The school is designed to give children a lot to work with, so the teacher can help them to blossom out, to increase their skills. Mrs. Steig wants all the children to do well in school. She likes them very much, and she wants to help them. But some children are not making as much progress as the others do. She thinks of Robert, who has days of being aggressive and hostile. She thinks of Marcia, who is shy. She thinks of Maria, who is very shy and often draws away from the others. She thinks of Yvette, who is nervous and tight inside. Some people would say, that's just the way they are. Robert is rough. Maria is shy. Yvette is nervous. But a teacher knows that children can change. This is the age when they are most easily influenced by what they see and touch and hear. They are keenly sensitive to a voice, a look, an attitude. To learn well, they need to relate trustingly to grown-ups. Feeling encouragement, trust, and confidence around them, they can correct their own difficulties. Mrs. Steig wants to help them, but a teacher can go only so far. She needs to talk to the children's parents. The question is, How much do their parents want to help the children, too?
Oh, Miss Jones, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Thought I'd drop by. I was in the neighborhood.
A teacher should talk to parents,
Oh, it's a pepper frame.
and parents gain insight through talking with the teacher.
How's Marcia?
The teacher and the mother, working together, are sharing in the development of the child.
Marcia.
Marcia is not as shy as she was at the beginning of the year. And it makes her much less shy when she sees that her mother and her teacher are good friends. They are helping Marcia to speak up, to have a sense of her own worth, and to have more poise. Marcia is happy. Mrs. Steig is pleased with Marcia's progress.
Yeah, bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Marcia. Bye.
Then she goes to other homes where children need more help than Marcia does. Maria lives here, on the second floor. Because she speaks fluent Spanish, Mrs. Steig is able to discuss the problem of Maria's shyness with her mother.
Bien. ¿Y María, cómo está?
Ay, está bien. Hoy me salió.
There are 8 children in this Spanish-speaking family.
¿Tiene la flor amarilla que trajo el otro día?
Sí, la tengo, ahora se lo traigo.
Y hay una...
Sí, las matitas que sembraron.
De la
Mrs. Steig gave this paper flower to Maria, and Maria brought it home from school.
Teníamos flores de esas clases.
Maria is pleased about this flower, but she's too shy to talk about it.
Daffodil.
Mrs. Steig wants Maria's mother to talk with Maria about her work in school.
Hispanes son los que están...
Maria's mother agrees that this is important.
Ajá, y ella cree como usted la que va.
She wants Maria to learn English before she goes to kindergarten, so that she can progress as rapidly as other children.
Bueno, usted dijo algo del
A
patio.
child learns best when she knows a parent is helping her to learn.
Sí, usted habla con...
Talk with Maria in English, says Mrs. Steig. Ask her about her paintings. In school, Maria makes beautiful paintings of flowers. Every day, Mrs. Steig tries to send something home with Maria for her to talk about with her parents.
Now, the real flowers today.
Every day, in the experience of every child, there is something to learn. Something to discover. At 4 and 5, children learn by watching and by listening, by touching and by doing. There are leaves to rake, holes to dig, wonders to see, castles to build. Robert is sometimes destructive, but he is intelligent and eager to learn. Mrs. Steig wants to see how Robert spends his time at home. It's hard for a woman, separated from her husband, to discipline an active boy.
An exciting story.
Robert, stop bouncing the ball.
Children need most to be encouraged. There are times to point out something constructive for them to do.
Robert, here's some paper and a pencil. Why don't you draw me a picture? I saw him draw a very good picture of a man.
As they talk about Robert's needs, his mother says she wishes Robert knew his father better. Mrs. Steig encourages her to talk to Robert's father about the simple, but important things that he can teach his son. As if he feels something missing in his life, Robert draws the figure of a man. Mrs. Steig remembers when Robert made the same drawing in class.
Look, you can see it on both sides.
A man.
In the classroom and at home, if the child is really to improve, teacher and parents must keep up their efforts over a period of time. Keeping in touch with Maria's family, Mrs. Steig stops by with a cork board. They agree to display here whatever Maria brings home, and everybody in the family will help Maria talk about her things.
Si ella lo conoce porque ella lo ve aquí y dice, mira.
Learning comes easier when there is a flow of understanding between school and home. Mrs. Steig visits Yvette's home to see if school and home can work together more closely.
Will you come in and sit down?
Yvette's mother says that Yvette likes school
Oh, Yvette.
and is happier at school than she is at home.
Did she bring home the
Mrs. Steig tells Yvette's mother about her skills in painting
One about when she made
and how she also works very hard in the housekeeping corner.
She does beautiful work.
The bright child in school has nothing to do here but watch television constantly. Children need to be active. They like to participate in what their parents are doing. Work at home can help to ease Yvette's tensions.
school about state campus.
Oh, yeah. You
And what about going outside to play in the backyard?
No, it isn't safe.
It's dangerous.
No, the backyard is dangerous. There's rubbish around and broken glass. Condemned houses on either side have open cellars. But wouldn't a fence help? Asks Mrs. Steig. Yvette's mother lives on welfare. She's thinking of moving, and she can't afford a fence. Then there must be some other place for the children to play. What about the front porch? The children could get outside safely with a little fence across the porch. Mrs. Steig knows how Maria's parents cleaned up the yard and made play space there for their children. Maria feels happy to be in the fresh air. And to be in her father's arms.
Todos buenas. Me la enseñó seguida ayer.
Helping their children, parents also help themselves to have a fuller life. Robert is proud to go out with his father in a big truck and learn that he works at an interesting job.
Here we are, Robert. Come on, let me show you how we do it. See the stack of blocks over there? And over here we have a cement and we have sand. Now we take the cement and we put it together with sand. We add a little water in it and we mix it in the mortar box. And this makes mortar. And then we take the blocks off, we lay them down, then we put a little...
Robert wants to build in the classroom since he has seen that his father helps to build houses. Building is more important to him now. Knowing his father better makes Robert feel happier. Maria begins to speak English.
What is it?
A car.
Tugboat.
Tugboat.
Marcia is busy helping Yvette. And Yvette is more relaxed and happier at home, too, sharing her mother's work.
starts getting soap in her eyes. And you got to make sure you wash the area.
And talking with Yvette is a pleasure for her young mother.
That's good, Yvette.
Through sharing, becoming involved in what their children are learning and achieving, parents are learning too.
Well, here's the science corner, and this is a magnifying glass. They can get a good close-up look at the insect. And you'd be surprised what they do with it. They examine the animal, our little guinea pig here, and they examine the turtle, and we've watched insects, and we've watched our buds open, and we've found our seeds.
A child's head start can be a new start for grown-ups in parental love and understanding.
Maria!